President Trump incentivizes self-deportations. He makes a big sports announcement and signs an executive order to end gain-of-function research. Here's the top 5 reasons Trump is trending today. All right, number 1 reason Trump is trending today, he incentivizes and encourages self-deportation, offering $1,000 to illegal immigrants who voluntarily leave the United States. Saying this, when questioned about it, he says, "We are going to pay each one a certain amount of money, and we're going to get them a beautiful flight back to where they came from." It's called self-deportation. You're talking about many millions of people. Border czar Tom Homan saying earlier on this, if you leave on your own, you can take advantage of the legal programs to come back. But if we have to go through the process of formally deporting you, there are mandatory bars against you for up to 20 years, sometimes forever. I like the fact that they're going to do this incentivizing to self-deport. People are talking about the price tag. Oh, my God, it's going to be $1,000 per illegal to go back home. I would say the cost of keeping them here is far greater. God knows the angel families understand the cost of keeping the illegals in the country better than anybody. But I do like what Tom Homan says there, and I think it should be, if now that the offer is on the table, if you do not self-deport and we need to use additional resources to go find you and then deport you, you should be barred from ever entering the United States again, ever. And I think it should extend to the family members. If you have somebody that comes here illegally and is not self-deporting, and we got to use taxpayer resources to get you out, then I think your entire family should be banned from ever coming in legally into this country. The penalties should be stiff enough that'll say, you know what? I better get the hell out of this country, take the money, and go. And then you have a chance to come back here legally. I think a fair exchange is no crime there. Number 2 reason Trump is trending today, he secured the release of an American ballerina who was stuck in a Russian prison for 15 months. She came to the White House today. This is Cassina Carolina. She spent 15 months in a Russian prison. This was a prisoner exchange that was facilitated in Abu Dhabi that included Cassina, and she was exchanged for Arthur Petrov, a Russian German accused of exporting sensitive U.S. electronics to Russia's military. Notice that Trump didn't trade the merchant of death in order to get her back. President Trump also just recently got back Mark Fogel back in February. So he has been getting back hostages and getting people returned to the United States. So President Donald Trump successfully brings back this ballerina to the United States as he continues on bringing back more and more U.S. hostages and prisoners from overseas. Number 3 reason Trump is trending today, the NFL draft is going to be in Washington, D.C. in 2027. This was the big sports announcement that was touted by the White House earlier today. Although the NFL draft will be on the National Mall. The optics of it are going to be awesome. So this is a good thing. It was kind of funny to see, he makes this announcement. He's got the Washington, D.C. mayor, Bowser, standing there next to him, and he talks about it, how it's going to be even a broader part of cleaning up Washington, D.C. He goes on to talk about deporting illegals, and this mayor, this liberal left-wing mayor, is sitting there like foaming, twitching. She doesn't know what to do with herself. She wants to just melt into the wall there. She's ready to burst at the seams listening to President Donald Trump speak. I think it was hilarious that he had her standing there right next to him. But also, he was asked questions about the AI image of him as the Pope, and the journalist asked him, like, Catholics were offended by it. He says, no, Catholics weren't offended by it. Catholics loved it. It was the fake news media that was offended by it, and they're lying about it anyway. So he's like, we have a little fun. And so I went through that yesterday. But also, too, it was a little bit disappointing that this was the sports announcement. I was kind of hoping that we would have heard that the Redskins were coming back, which would have been a much bigger sports announcement. I don't know if we'll ever see that. It would have been nice to see if we were getting the Redskins back, maybe the Indians back in baseball. But that was the big sports announcement. The NFL draft coming to Washington, D.C. at the National Mall in 2027. Number 4 reason Trump is trending today being Cinco de Mayo. He posts up that banger, which now was so long ago. It's 9 years ago today, which I thought it's so hard to believe. President Donald Trump quote tweeted himself from back in 2016 saying, "This was so wonderful. 9 years ago today. Happy Cinco de Mayo. The best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower Grill. I love Hispanics." This picture obviously went wildly viral back in 2016. And, of course, Cinco de Mayo today, the mainstream media was playing up, many Mexicans are afraid to celebrate Cinco de Mayo today because they're afraid of ICE coming and getting them. And it's like, listen, if you're a legal resident of the United States, if you came into the country legally, There's nothing to be worried about. They always leave out the illegal part of this entire thing. They never want to mention that it's illegal immigrants, the Mexicans that are here illegally that are afraid to party and be seen outside on Cinco de Mayo because they're afraid of ICE. Not people that are here legally. Big difference. Mainstream media always with the fear porn. Number 5 reason Trump is trending today. He signs an executive order to end gain of function research. About time for this. President Trump bans federal funding for dangerous gain of function research. Trump has long theorized COVID-19 originated from a lab leak in the Wuhan Institute. We know that that is exactly what was going down. If you even mentioned or suggested that a few years ago, you lost your presence on social media. Every social media platform would have had you banned or your video taken down or demonetized or something like that. You were not allowed to talk about that. Now, the White House has their own website dedicated to this, and Trump signs this executive order to end taxpayer-funded gain of function research, and you got to love it. If you love this breakdown, make sure you follow the podcast so you can hear the top 5 reasons why Trump is trending each and every day.
Trump is trending, he's everywhere. From the news to the cat babies in our air.